People triumph in the fact that slavery is dead, but last time I checked, it just changed clothes instead. And so casinos, malls, strip clubs looking like modern day temples, acting like we self-sufficient, so we make ourselves central. But we're slaves to things, possessions, and screens, slave to money, which is why no one lives within their means. Broken, hopeless, spiritually homeless, but we keep going on with our lives as if no one seems to notice. How well is that working for you? You satisfied, bro? You got joy? How does it feel chasing stuff that's always a little faster than you? How come the image you used to stare at years ago doesn't even register anymore? I mean, the biggest lie in the world is I'll be satisfied if I just have a little more. So we're addicted to sex. We're addicted to power. We call ourselves men, but really we're just cowards because the apple looks sweet, but then it turns sour. How come every time we buy into an idol, we're the ones that get devoured? I mean, you say you're not a slave, but here's something to chew. You ever wondered why pixels of naked girls got so much power over you? But here's a question. What if kids acted realistic about what they wanted to be when they grow up? So at birth, they show up and say, hey, Mom, at age 11, I want to become a slave. I want to make porn my slave master and then die in that grave. And by 16, I want to be so wrapped up in what others say about me in school that I'll do anything if just once they'll tell me that I'm cool. And by college, I want to worship at the altar of sex, not care about treating a girl right, just caring about what girl is next. And then I'll graduate, get married, and get a job and start to save, treat my job like my wife and treat my wife like my slave. And then have some pretty trophy kids and live in pretty trophy bliss, but make sure my kids know that if SportsCenter comes on, they need to quickly split. Because those guys throwing the football with eye black on their skin, yeah, my whole week depends on if they win. Comfort, power, sex, alcohol, religion, pleasure, all good things unless turned into an ultimate thing. Because the problem isn't what you do, it's that your heart needs to be made new. Because if you don't crush your idols, then your idols will crush you. You know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results? And by that definition, most of us are insane because we run to the same filth even though it hurt us yesterday and say, come on, please, satisfy me today. And Jesus said, you try to gain your life, you'll lose it. You lose your life, you'll gain it. But we've all traded in the Creator for something created, thinking that just because you got a nice house and a car, you made it, not realizing if your soul ain't right, you're no different than a fish, bro, because you just got baited. Because idols, they over-promise and under-deliver. They operate by deceiving. An idol is when you look at something and say, if I have that, then I'll have meaning. And if we don't put God in His rightful place, we'll put something else there. And so we make good things God things and then go into despair. And just like Elijah called down the fire and the altar exploded into flames, no, there's only one God that comes through when you need Him, and Jesus is His name. Because when you're sick and thirsty, toilet water might be attractive, but if you got something better, bro, then toilet water looks nasty. Because an idol is dead. It doesn't live. An idol takes, it never gives. So repent, get on your knees, and admit your heart's full of diseases. Want to know what a true man looks like? Then look to Jesus.